Classification of food. So, classification of or by the origin, that is the animal origin or the vegetable origin. Animal or the vegetable origin. Then we have the classification. This is the by the origin. Then we have classification by chemical composition. That is whether it's protein, carbs, fat, vitamins, minerals. And the classification by the predominant function. It is a bodybuilding food. Example: milk, meat, poultry, fish, egg, pulses, and groundnuts are the energy-giving food. Other cereals, sugar, root, tubers, fats, and oils. Protective foods are the vegetables and the nutritional value. Then we have the classification by nutritive value. That is the cereals and millets, vegetables, fruits, fats and oils, condiments and the spices, pulses, nuts, oil seeds, animal foods, sugar and jaggery, miscellaneous foods. Nutrients are the organic and the inorganic complex contained in food. There are about 50 different nutrients which are normally supplied through the foods we eat. Each nutrient has specific functions in our body. Natural foods contain more nutrient than other. These may be divided into the macro or the micro. Macro are the protein, fat, and carbs. Protein. Okay, protein 2 is the 17 to 15%. Fats are the 10 to 30, and this is a 65 to 80. Minerals are the macronutrients are the vitamins and minerals. They are called the micronutrients. They are required in the small amounts, which may vary from a fraction of a milligram to several grams. First is the proteins. Proteins are composed of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen. Proteins different from the carbohydrate and fat in the respect that they contain nitrogen. Proteins contain nitrogen. They are found in the animal sources. Protein of animal origin are the found in milk, meat, egg, cheese, fish, and fowl. All the essential amino acids in adequate amount. Vegetable sources. Vegetable proteins are found in pulses, cereals, beans, nuts, oil, seed cakes. Cereals and the pulses are the main sources of dietary protein because they are cheap and easily available. Okay, they are found in the pulses, cereals, bean. Function: it helps growth and development of the body tissues, repair and maintenance of body tissues, for synthesis of the antibodies, enzymes, and hormones. Protein requirement. There's a 1 gram protein per gram protein per kg body weight for an Indian adult, assuming an NPO of 65. NPO of 65 for the dietary protein. Protein deficiency. Infancy and the early childhood: marasmus, kwashiorkor, mental retardation, stunted growth and development. During pregnancy, stillbirth, low birth weight, anemia. Adults: loss of weight, underweight, anemia, frequent loose stools, lethargy, delay wound healing, cirrhosis of the liver, edema, ascites. Fats. Next, we have the fats. Fats are composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. It's made up of the smaller unit called the fatty acids. Some fats, such as ghee and butter, are solid at room temperature. Fats are the classified into saturated and unsaturated. Saturated fats include general animal fats, and unsaturated fats include vegetable oils. Now, researchers indicate that excessive intake of fats is harmful to the body. Sources: animal sources, that is ghee, butter, fat of meat, fish oils, etc. Vegetable sources are the groundnut, mustard, cottonseed, coconut oil. Functions of fats: fats are the carriers of the fat soluble vitamins. Example: vitamin A, D, E, and K. Dietary fat supplies: essential fatty acids are needed for growth and maintenance of the integrity of the skin. Dietary fat is a concentrated sources of energy. 1 gram of fat supplies 9 calories of energy. The fat layer below the skin plays an important role in maintaining our body. Fats provide support for many organs in the body, such as heart, kidney, intestine. Food containing fats are tasty. Next, we have the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Carbohydrates are the cheapest sources of energy. Sources are the three main sources of the carbohydrates are the starches, sugar, and the cellulose. Sugars, and the cellulose. These are present in the cereals, roots, and tubers. Sugars are the monosaccharides: glucose, fructose, galactose, disaccharides, sucrose, lactose, and the maltose. Cellulose: this is a tough fibrous lining found in the vegetables, fruits, cereal. It is hard to digest and has no nutritive value. Cellular food act as roughage and prevents constipation. Vitamins are a class of organic compound categorized as the essential nutrients. They are required by body in the very small amounts. A well balanced diet supplies in most instances the vitamin need of a healthy person. Vitamin divided into two groups, that is a fat soluble vitamin A, D, E, and K, water soluble vitamin B group, and vitamin C. Vitamin B and C are water soluble, and A, D, E, and K are fat soluble. Vitamin A is a fat soluble vitamin. Other name of vitamin A is retinol. Animal sources: food of animal origin such as butter, ghee, egg, milk, liver, and fish are good sources of vitamins. Green leafy vegetables such as spinach, carrots, pumpkin, ripe fruits, fish liver oil, shark liver oil. Synthetic vitamin A is also available in the synthetic form. A factory for the production of synthetic vitamin A from Indian lemongrass has been established in the country. Daily requirement international unit, that is the IU of vitamin A, is 0.3 microgram. Function: it is anti-infective that it protects the body against microbial infection. It is connected with the growth, especially skeletal growth. It helps in formation needed for the epithelial tissue, example skin, mucous membrane. It helps for normal vision and the health of the eyes. Recommended allowances, that is a group mcg: adults man 600 mcg, women 600, pregnancy 600, lactation 950, infant 0 to 12 months, that is a 350. Adolescents 360. Deficiency of the vitamin A can cause night blindness, xerophthalmia, Bartott spots, and the keratomalacia. Vitamin D is necessary for bones. It is also formed from the 7-dehydrocholesterol in the human skin by exposure to sunlight. This is an important natural source of vitamin D. Food rich in vitamin D are egg, liver, fish, and fish oils. Daily requirements: adults need 2.5 microgram per day. Pregnancy Lactation and growing. Children needed 10 micrograms. Decades in the children of stimulation, adults bone problems are the problems caused by this. Vitamin D is it also formed from 7-dehydrocholesterol in the human naturally. 7-dehydrocholesterol in humans naturally. Vitamin E is available in the small quantities, meats, fruits, vegetables, richest sources are the vegetables. Vitamin E present in balanced diet. In fact, the role of vitamin E in human nutrition has not so far been established. The usual plasma level of vitamin E is adults is 0.8 to 1.4 milligram per 100 ml. The role of vitamin E at the molecular level is a little understood. The vitamin E requires 0.8 milligram per gram of essential fatty as a deficiency of vitamin E is associated with the habitual abortion, testicular, and the myocardial cardiac degeneration. Vitamin K get from the fresh green vegetables, fruits. Fruits. It is also synthesized to some extent by intestinal bacteria. Vitamin is necessary for proper clotting of the blood. It is used for the prevention and the treatment of the bleeding. Deficiency of vitamin K rarely occurs in adults who take normal balanced diet. The vitamin K requirement of a man is met by a combination of dietary intake and microbial synthesis in the gut. Newborn infants tend to be deficient in vitamin K due to minimal stores of prothrombin at birth and lack of an established intestinal flora. Thiamine B1. Thiamine or vitamin B1 is a water soluble vitamin. It is water soluble and it is relatively stable to heat but is destroyed in neutral or the alkaline solution. Small amounts in all natural foods, cereals, pulses, nuts, especially groundnut, wheat, rice, meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, and fruit. Deficiency can cause the beriberi, vernix, encephalopathy. Daily requirement of thiamine is 0.5 milligram per 1000 kilocalories of energy. Patients on regular hemodialysis should routinely be given supplements of the thiamine. Riboflavin B2 it is involved in the protein. Protein, fat, carbs, metabolism, milk and milk products, egg, liver, and the green leafy vegetables, wheat, millets, and pulses are sources. Germinating pulses also furnish riboflavin. It is synthesized by the bacteria in the large intestine. That is additional source. Daily requirements is the 0.6 milligram per 1000 calories intake. Deficiencies is stomatitis, scoliosis, soreness of the tongue, redness and burning sensation. Eyes dermatitis. Niacin is also known as B3 is useful for the metabolism of the carbohydrate, fats, and protein. It is also essential for the normal functioning of the skin. Sources grains, cereals, pulses, nut, meat, liver, and chicken, legumes, groundnut, deficiency, diarrhea, dermatitis, and dementia. Glossitic and the stomatitis pellagra, which is characterized by the soreness of tongue, pigmented, scaly skin, and diarrhea. The skin becomes pigmented and scaly on part of the body. Exposed to sunlight, example hands, feet, face, neck. Pyridoxine B6 is the B6 plays an important role in the metabolism of the amino acid, fats, acid, carbohydrates. Pyridoxine B6. Sources liver, meat, fish, whole cereals, and legumes. Skin lesions, glossitis converges in the children requirement to 0.0 milligram per day. Pantothenic acid B5 is widely distributed in animal and the vegetable food stuffs. Pantothenic acid B5. Folic acid is the other name of the folacin. It is essential for the synthesis of the DNA, and the sources are the green leaves. Liver is richest source of folic acid. Other pulses, nuts, and whole grains. Deficiency is the anemia most present in the poor people, pregnant women, and young children. Requirement at the pregnancy 400 microgram, children 100 microgram. Vitamin B12 is a necessary for synthesis of DNA. It is also required in the carbs, fats, protein metabolism. Sources of the liver is egg, fish, milk, and vegetable deficiencies. Pernicious anemia decrease the number of red blood cell effect on nervous system and spinal cord. Requirement 1 microgram for adults. Vitamin C is water soluble vitamin. It is unstable of all the vitamins get destroyed by the high temperature, oxidation, drying, or storage. Vegetables, green leafy vegetables, roots and tubers, sprouting pulses, animal foods, milk and meat, fruits, amla, gooseberry, and gavas. Function, it helps in the absorption of the iron, it helps in increasing the general resistance of the body to fight infection. It is required to form collagen, the protein substance that binds the cells together. If this substance is not formed, the healing of the wound will be delayed. Deficiency is the scurvy, wound healing delay. Minerals, the body contains 24 minerals. All present in foods we eat, many of these are the widely distributed in foodstuffs so that a well-balanced diet will supply them in the amounts needed by the body. Classified into two broad groups, that is, the major minerals are the calcium, phosphorus, sodium, etc. Trace elements, these are required in the micro quantities: iodine, fluorine, zinc, cobalt, etc. Major minerals are the calcium, iron, phosphorus, sodium. Calcium is most important mineral of the body. 98% of calcium in the body is found in the bones. Calcium is present in the blood as an also about 10 milligram per 100 ml. Sources: milk products, fish, egg, green leafy vegetable, and fruits. Formation and the maintenance of bones and teeth helps for coagulation of the blood, for regulation of the neuromuscular irritability and the capillary permeability. Deficiency causes the rickets and the osteomalacia. Requirement for adults have 0.5 gram per day. In a pregnancy and lactation, 1.0 gram. Iron present in body is estimated to be between 3 to 4 grams, and 60 to 70% of the amount is found in blood. Sources: animals and the vegetable foods, liver, kidney, meat. Phosphorus is essential for the formation of bones and teeth. It plays an important part in all the metabolism. It is widely distributed in the food stuff. The requirements of the calcium and phosphorus are considered together as their function and requirements are the closely linked. Phosphorus ratio 1 is to 1 may be maintained in most age group infancy, where the ratio is tested to 1 to 1.5. Sodium present in many foods is also added to the food during cooking. Sodium is present in all body fluids and lost from the body by urine and sweat. Deficiency can cause the muscular cramps and the goiter. Daily requirement is a 10 to 15 gram. Trace elements, a group of minerals and the micro quantities required by the body. These are called the trace elements. It included iodine, copper, cobalt. Tin, copper, cobalt, And the magnesium. Trace elements. Iodine is trace element. It is required for formation of thyroxine, which is a hormone of the thyroid gland. Common salt, sea fish, cod liver oil, foodstuff. Deficiency is the swelling of the thyroid got a requirement. It is a 0.2 milligram. Fluorine is other important trace element mostly present in bones and teeth. Deficiency can cause a dental caries and the crippling disease requirement. Fluorine is required in 0.5 to 0.8 milligram per liter. The nutritive value of the food stuffs, cereals and the millets. Millets are the maize, jowar, bajra, ragi. Wheat is the maida and the suji. Maida and the suji are the other products of the wheat. Sorry. Millets are the maize, jowar, bajra, and the ragi. And the pulses and nuts. Pulses are the red gram, arhar, green gram, black gram, bengal gram, are rich in the protein. The good sources of the B group vitamins and the minerals. Germinating pulses contain vitamin C. Vegetables, which contains the high cellulose, are called the roughage. Roots and tubers, example potatoes, tapioca, carrot, onion. Fruits are productive foods. They can be eaten fresh and raw. Nutritive value: the Indian gooseberry, amla, and the guava. Milk is the perfect food. Beverages: coffee, coca, soft drinks, alcoholic beverage, vinegar. And the deficiency disease of the constitutes of food dehydration, oral and the facial lesions, scrotal lesions, riboflavin deficient diet. Okay, cessation of the growth and development of rare skin changes of the dryness, deficiency, fat.